What up, guys? Another Adonis review. Today I thought we would discuss Kenna Bridge of Spirits and, just kind of discuss if it's worth getting in 2022. It's kind of a game that I feel like had a little bit of hype in the beginning and, might have fizzled out once it got out, kind of came out, I feel like, in secret and no one kind of talked about it once it got released. I was really excited to see Kenna and play it when I first heard about it. I thought it was going to be kind of a Zelda um, Breath of the Wild, but for the PS5, with fantastic graphics. So basically, what Breath of the Wild would be if PS5 made it and the Nintendo Switch could handle higher performance graphics. That's what I kind of was hoping for. And I have to say, overall, I was pretty disappointed with Kenna Bridge of Spirits. The first thing that kind of disappointed me were the graphics. I kind of expected more. Um, and here's the thing, right? It's not like the graphics are necessarily bad, but I just feel like they're not Resident Evil 8 status. They're not Star. They're not even Star Wars Battlefront 2 level, which came out like in 2017 or 18. And this game came out in 2021, and it's not reaching those graphics, which is kind of a bummer. And here's the thing: I could understand if the graphics were at the level they are right now, which is what I would say is probably right around above Super Mario Odyssey in level. Um, which is not that great when you think about the fact that it's a PS5 game. But like I said, I could understand it if the game was like Breath of the Wild, where the game had a huge open world. You can do all this stuff, and then they had it with the graphic that game actually quality is in, which like I said isn't bad, just you know isn't what it could be because the game, I guess you can call it an open world, kind of Bridge of Spirits, but I mean barely. It's barely open world. I consider it a linear game with slightly open spaces that you can kind of investigate, but you're basically following the same path over and over again in different areas. The game, just so you can kind of know a breakdown of what you're going to get when you play it, it's you basically you're a spirit guide and you guide people. You guide spirits to the afterworld, and usually, they refuse. The ones that refuse, you have to kick their ass until they decide to go. And so that's basically the whole game: is that you run into a few people that refuse to go to the afterworld because of whatever happened in the past, and you beat their ass, and then you send them back basically. And here's the thing, right? That's cool and all fine and dandy, but I feel like there's a lot of just the powers and upgrades and all the stuff you get. There's not really a lot, and by the time you kind of get them, you're almost kind of done with the game. The game clocks in, 10 hours. I say is a pretty standard gameplay. So you clock in at a 10-hour game, and by 7 hours in, you're so close to the ending that by the time you realize you even have powers to use, it's like I've already almost done with this. So like for me myself, I would say I definitely kind of I kind of put all my powers in all at once, but by the time I kind of unlocked all my powers and had everything I could have, like it was like time to fight the final boss. So that's kind of a bummer. I'm not gonna lie. But the game's not bad. I'm not saying it's not like a game not worthy of anything. I'm just saying I feel like all the marks I kind of hit that I had in my mind for it kind of didn't get hit. And I understand that this company that came out with it, this is their first game. They're originally like an animation company, so this is their first attempt. So it's not like they have a lot of experience. But like I said, graphic wise, looks fine. But I don't feel like I feel like it could have done better. Definitely. It could have been a more open world game. It's not like it's not like they have a 50-hour game on their hands. And the move sets are very basic. It's not bad, but the enemies and the move sets are all just nothing goes above and beyond. I feel like everything kind of hits below expectations. So with that being said, what would I pay for this game? I think it's worth playing. I think it's a fun game, and if you want to, if you're interested in it, I think you'll still slightly enjoy it. I would never pay full price. I thought the game originally was going to be a $60 game, and that's the one thing I can appreciate is that it actually came out brand new $40, which I feel like is a fair price because it you know doesn't give that much overall. So just like how Battlefront 2042 is trying to charge people charge 70 people $70 for their online, which is already like apparently half shit. So it's like what cockiness do they have? So with that being said, $40 is what that game starts off at. So it's not like they're trying to rape somebody on the price. But with that being said, it's it underwhelms in most categories. It's a mediocre game. I'd say if you can get it for if $15, it would be the if you could probably find it for $50. I feel like that might be doable. That'd be a killer deal. I'd say $20 is probably more realistic. If you can get that game for $20 and you want to play it and you think it's still worth it, $20 is pretty fair. I'd say paying 30, 35, 40, paying full price for the game, definitely not worth it. I feel like, it won't satisfy what you hoped it would satisfy. It's not a replacement, it's not a PS5 version of Breath of the Wild or a Zelda-ish type game. You know, it does what it does, but all firing on the bare minimum cylinders. So I hope that helps if you haven't got it yet, because you've been playing other games. A lot of games come at the very end of the year, and so if you haven't gotten to it yet, and you're thinking of still getting it, and you want to know if it's worth getting, or if it is, what the price you should probably pay would be a fair price for it. I hope this helps. Thanks, guys.